Hey folks, this is Reggie, and this video actually complements a series of articles that I wrote in Hub Pages that deals with using Six Sigma to improve your network marketing business. And in particular, we are addressing how to increase the number of recruits associated with your network marketing opportunity. To get to this point, in the Six Sigma process, we actually went through two other phases, the define phase and the measure phase. And right now we're in the analyze phase. And this slide actually shows one of the key tools that is developed in the analyze phase to help us determine what needs to be done in order to achieve or accomplish our goals that we have set for ourselves with regards to the issue that we are addressing. So this is actually called the detailed process map. So in the define phase, we talked about the high-level process map, which kind of laid out 6 or 7 major steps associated with our entire process for the network marketing opportunity. But now we have honed in on what area of the high-level process map we want to address, and that particular step was approach the prospect. And now we are actually breaking down that step into smaller steps to identify exactly where we want to focus our time and effort to try to get the biggest bang for the buck as far as the ability to acquire or achieve what we want to achieve with regards to our goal, or the project Y, as we say in Six Sigma. So let's just take a look at the micro steps, or the smaller steps associated with this high-level process step of approach the prospect. So here are the steps. Walk up to the prospect, extend your hand in friendship and give your business card to the prospect. Introduce yourself to the prospect. Raise the prospect's interest level with an opening statement, and that statement might be something along the lines of, do you know someone that would be interested in making extra money, etc. Gauge the prospect's response, and here we have a decision box, basically a fork in the road, that asks us to determine whether or not the prospect has responded favorably. And if the answer is no, then we thank the prospect for their time and wish them well. And if the answer is yes, then we move forward and ask the prospect to visit the opportunity website so that they can get more information about the opportunity. And then we ask that our prospect call us after reviewing the website so that we can chat with them about what they've viewed and answer any questions that they might have. And then we share some of the product with them if they truly seem to be interested in the opportunity, so that they can see how well the product works. Now, this is an example of what a detailed process map might look like, but of course there are probably a lot more steps than what are shown here. But the key is to try to identify all the steps, because we're going to use this process map to help us determine where we should really hone in our efforts so that we can more likely achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves. So there are two things that we really want to consider when we're trying to determine where to place our focus. We want to understand where the variability lies in the process, so where's the largest amount of variability, and we also want to know which of these steps are most important, as far as which ones are most likely to have a big impact on our goal. So let's take a look at the variability picture. So if we look at the amount of variability that's associated in the process with regards to how we perform and conduct the steps in the process, we see that out of all the steps, the team feels that the biggest amount of variability actually lies in piquing the prospect's interest with an opening statement. And there may be, since we might not have actual data to substantiate where we think the most variability lies, we just have to go on the process knowledge associated with those individuals that are in the process, and use that information to try to help us identify where we need to be focusing our efforts. So When we take a look at this particular step in the process, there could be a lot of variability associated with this step because of the sentences that we use, um, how we go about actually projecting or conveying the message. So not just the words, but the delivery of the words as well. So there could be a lot of variability associated with this particular step in the process. But we're still not absolutely certain that this is where we want to focus our effort. We also need to make sure that we believe that this step is very important as far as helping us to achieve our goal. So when we look at this step versus other steps, like say introducing yourself to the prospect, or even let's see, asking the prospect to call after reviewing the site. How does this step rank up relative to all the other steps? So that's what this slide is for. So we basically used a technique called team voting to help us determine what steps that the team thinks um, most important as far as their ranking goes. So if you'll take a look at this particular map, you'll see that the top ranked step that the team felt was the most important was walking up to the prospect. So basically the logic used there was if you don't walk up to the prospect, none of this other stuff even matters. But the second largest, most important step was piquing the prospect's interest with an opening statement. So the team felt that there's um, a lot of weight that's riding here on how well we do this step to determine the success that we're going to have with moving the prospect any further along our whole process here. So since we now know that this step ranks very high as far as the relative importance, and it also has a significant amount of variability associated with it, this is where the efforts will be placed to make the improvements that are desired. So now that we know where we're going to place our efforts, we will focus on identifying all the factors that have an impact on this step, and then we'll move forward with making the improvements that will be needed once we have identified the vital few factors that are having the largest impact on this step. So I'll see you all in the next article that will be associated with the improve phase of the Six Sigma process. And remember, there are 5 phases: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Thanks for joining me, and look forward to talking with you later. Bye.